Isolation day 111, Tuesday the 7th of July. I hope you're all well and you're looking after yourselves. As I mentioned yesterday, I would like to show you today my fasting sheet. So I'll bring up my decision tree and you can have a look and see how it went for me. So yet again, this is a recurring theme, 323, my blood is 3.4 and I'm in hypo. I took 12 grams of carbs, jelly babies, and that took me up to 4.7. Well, it took me up and kept me up, and at 4.7 at 8 o'clock, 5.2 at 9, 10.57, 4.4. I'm really happy with those. Really happy with those. If I could stop this, then I'd be happier, because then I'd be level throughout the entire night. Then what happened is that my blood sugar took a bit of a dip. So 2.9 at 12:30 in hypo, 15 grams of carbs, up to 6.7 hour and a half later, and then back down to 3.6, another hypo. So you can see I have put a square around this to say, look, 27 grams of carbs, and really I don't want to be taking 27 grams of carbs. So how do I stop that happening? What I had then was 5.2, and it dropped again and went into hypo-ish, on the edge of hypo at 6 p.m. So you can see between 12:33 and 6 p.m, once, twice, 3 times. I had my dinner, I took a correction dose, I took a little bit less insulin. I didn't want to wait because I've been fasting since the previous night. As you can imagine, I was pretty hungry. Potatoes, lentils, spinach. I then had some exercise after, and as per usual, when you've got active insulin on, it's very difficult not to go into hypo, and I did again. So I took a correction dose. My basal insulin was 13.8 units, 15.8 units for the day. What I'd like to look at now is the last 30 days Medtronic report, just for anything that really stands out. So this is the overview of day by day, and you can see between 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm going low quite often, more often than I need to be. And if I haven't taken a correction dose, then it's low anyway. So I need to change that, and I have decided what I was going to do about that. Then after this, I'm actually not too bad. There are periods where my bloods are low, but overall this section here isn't too bad, you can see. Then what happens is from perhaps 12 o'clock onwards, then I'm having lots of episodes of low, and still having lots of episodes. So let me go on to my basal reading now. This is my basal insulin setup. 25th of April, 4th of May were both under keto. You can see 27 units, 26 units a day. I'm now down to 13.25 units, a reduction of 51%. Because I'm going low between, let's say from 12 o'clock at night, I've reduced this slightly from 0.6 to 0.575 for 2 hours, from 10 to 11 and 11 till 12. I'm going to see if that counteracts it. My gut feel is that's not enough. I think I'll have to reduce those 2 hours further. But what I've also done is the correction here, which I made last week, is actually working quite well. Once I do the correction dose for the low here, then it stays pretty level. So I'm not unhappy with that. What you can see here is that I had the same basal rate between 8 o'clock and 1 o'clock and 1 p.m. 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 p.m. in the afternoon. What I've done, because the afternoon is the issue, is I've reduced these readings, and I've reduced this from 0.9 to 0.65. The rest of the afternoon I've left as is, because I want to see what effect this has, and then I'm going to slowly work my way along. My gut feel is that I would need to reduce this further, but I'm also aware that this is only 41% down, whereas this is already over 50%. So that's where I would be a little nervous. Overall, yes, I've had a number of lows in the day, a number of hypo events, but the reality is there was nothing there that was unexplainable. I didn't have any unknown highs. I didn't have any periods where it made no sense. So for me, there's something I can do about that. There's something, I can change my basal insulin and I can improve that fasting blood glucose levels. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do that over the next week or 2 weeks. I've now got my CGM on, and tomorrow I will show you the graphs from the CGM from today. It's an interesting one because I haven't had it on for 8 weeks. I'm going to leave it there tonight, and I will catch up with you all tomorrow. I hope that was helpful. Look after yourselves, okay?